Hey, it's Spencewuah here with a quick word from our sponsors today at EOS. So, I have a new obsession that I'm literally screaming about and I can't stop. Men, women, and any and all humans in between, listen up. EOS has some amazing new shave cream products that leave skin literally so soft, you may as well have just emerged from the womb. Made from actual cream and not foam, the Women's Shave Better Shave and the Men's Ultra Protect Shave Cream products protect skin from nicks and cuts, all while delivering 24-hour moisture protection. And I cannot shut up about the scents. In the women's line, we've got pink citrus, pomegranate raspberry, lavender, and vanilla bliss. And the men's Ultra Protect creams come in blue surf and fresh woods, as well as classic fragrance-free options for sensitive skin. The men's Ultra Protect creams are formulated specifically for your face, but all products can be used anywhere on the body. And that's luxury, baby. Go grab your favorite scents now and thank me later. Now, on to the show.
I have a plan for my wedding. If someone wears white, they are getting a full bottle of red wine poured on them.
That is so smart.
Full bottle. Full f***ing bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Do not pass go. You are not wearing a white dress anymore. It's going to be tie-dyed.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. And you're going to have to make it work. Right. I got a podcast! I to the no. Hey everyone, oh my gosh, welcome back to another episode of I'm Literally Screaming. Oh my god, everybody's taking their clothes off in the stands. They're cheering. Do you see them? Oh my gosh, look. No, put that away. We don't want to see that. Or maybe we do. Today, as you all know, I'm joined by a very special guest. Miss Morgan. How are ya?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
You told me, well, earlier before we were on, I was going to ask how your weekend was, but you were in
Minnesota.
How was that? I've never been to Minnesota.
Really?
Yeah, no. You want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
The only states I have been to, California, Florida, New Jersey. I mean, like tri-state area. I consider like one state. And then Nebraska.
Why would you go to Nebraska?
I was like, so I did theater in high school and I was president of my thespian society.
Good for you.
Thank you. I shouldn't have been. If my old theater teachers, Mr. Smith and Mrs. Quinn, are watching this, I am so sorry that I was president of thespian society because I did jack shit.
What is it?
Thespian society. So like a thespian is like an actor or like someone who acts. So I went to a vocational high school where essentially all like every single year you had a shop class where you earned college credits.
Oh, I like that.
And I was in the theater shop. So every year I did theater. But for thespians, there are like two competitions every year. In New Jersey, there was, oh my gosh, I forget. Oh, there was like NJ something.
Okay.
Speech organization. I don't know what it's called.
And they hosted it in Nebraska?
That one's like only New Jersey. But then Thespian Society, it's like every state has like I guess it's like a competition and you can make it through states and then from states you go to nationals. And I made it to nationals with my friend because we got a perfect score.
Okay, flex on us.
Yeah. I also, the year before, won, me and my friend, we had one for like improv.
Yeah.
I don't really talk about like how, like, I was actually like super into acting in high school.
What? And you're living in LA and you're not doing it?
Like, I want to do it, but I feel there was like, I literally just went from like, how was your weekend? Like,
take it away. Take it away, baby.
Thank you. I'm like, I will. I'm a Leo.
It's my show. Last I checked.
Well, to make a really long story short, I was going to go to Marymount in the Upper East Side of Manhattan. I was going to go there for a BFA in acting. I got in. Thank God. I love that school. I signed my room and board. I paid for my room and board too. And then I got a scholarship in New Jersey, which required me to go to a school in New Jersey. I couldn't go out of state, so I couldn't go to New York City. And I was like, I'll save money. So I ended up going back home for school, but I feel like social media just like works out for me better. I mean, I would love to do acting maybe, but at the same time, I remember I loved my theater teachers, but one of them, I'm not going to say which one, did tell me directly to my face that I would amount to nothing more than a side character because like I'm gay and I don't have like the face to be a main character.
Prove them wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
Prove them wrong. I had a math teacher that literally told me I would be nothing.
Oh, and look, and you have a doctorate now.
Yeah. You, Mr. Zegelmeyer.
Yeah, Mr. Zegelmeyer. I'm sorry, Mr.
He still asked about me though.
Yeah, because he's jealous.
He still asked about me.
Mr. Zegelmeyer, what kind of name is that, you weird ass? You want to know my old math teacher's name? I know she definitely doesn't watch this podcast because I went to Catholic school.
Safe. Yeah.
Guess what her name was? She taught math. It was
Sokotoa?
Mrs. Graff.
Oh, that's so appropriate.
And she was the math teacher.
Very fitting. Oh my God, sweetie.
Like, wow.
Are you okay?
Yeah, that's like crazy cuckoo. Like, so we're going to ignore the fact that I just completely missed my mouth.
It's going to happen. I'm wearing a white shirt. I always do it
I'm so glad I was wearing black.
White.
If I was wearing a white shirt, I think I would cry.
And just have to sit here with a Diet Coke or whatever staying the whole time.
Like, wait, I'll just sit like this for the rest of the...
You can't tell.
Oh, you can?
No.
Even with it out?
It's just a little damp right now, but it'll dry.
Like,
It'll dry. Just maybe suck it out of there.
Oh my God.
No, I'm kidding.
It would make it so much worse. Like, my saliva mixed in with it. It would be like a huge
no.
spot.
It'll dry.
So how was Minnesota?
Minnesota was good. I landed and it was beautiful. It was 80 degrees. And then by the time I left, it was 30 degrees and snowing again. It's wild weather. And I have like horses there. I'm like a really big horse girl.
Oh.
So I was hanging out on the farm and like hanging with the ponies, and it started snowing, and the poor things already lost their winter coats. And so they are all shed and shivering in the snow. And one of them ate shit, fell into a fence. And I'm just like, this is a mess.
No.
This is a mess.
Wait, so do you have like your own, like it's like
A farm.
You have your own?
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I grew up on my family's like farm.
Ranch?
Well, it's like it's only 30 acres, but it was one of the first farms in Hermantown, Minnesota. It's so small. It's like by Duluth. And like my family like oddly started the town. Like my great grandma's dad started the town.
No
So it's
way.
like one of the only farms left, and yeah, it's there.
That's beautiful. I remember when I was in middle school, we had like a farm near. Actually, this is a crazy story. I did not know about this like random village in my town. It was like,
Are they Amish?
I don't know. I don't think so. But it was like almost a lake town, but there was a one-way road to get in. And
It sounds culty already.
get ready for this story.
I'm scared.
So there's only one way to get in, and like say you're driving, someone would literally have to pull over like it was like kind of grass patchy area, but it's like all woods. So you would have to pull over for a car to pass you. But one day me and my friend were like, oh, let's go on a bike ride back here.
Hell no.
But it was so pretty. It was in the fall. So we ended up going on a bike ride. And again, it's like kind of in the woods. So like the leaves are changing colors. Like it's really pretty. And all of a sudden, I kid you not, we stumble upon this like little town. And I swear on my life, it was a whole bunch of people outside on a farm. There were like horses and everything. And they had like I think it's like a sheepdog. They like herd the dogs.
Yeah,
or herd
like
the
border
sheep.
collie? Or was it white?
It had
Great Pyrenees? White? Big?
it was big.
Yeah.
It was big and white. Yeah. And all of a sudden, me and her were just like biking in. And when I tell you, I have never seen imagine you and like your lower classmen in high school. You're riding your bike, having a great time. You stumble upon this town, and everyone, I'm not joking, it's like the minute we were there, they all just knew because they did this.
This is giving midsummer vibes.
They were, when people like crank like a pig on a thing to like roast it?
Oh, yeah.
They were doing that outside. I've never like turned around on my bike and
Pedaled
sped
so
away
fast
faster
in your
in my life.
life.
It was actually terrifying.
Yeah, no, that is probably my worst nightmare. I watch a lot of true crime.
You do.
And then Midsummer, like that movie gave me nightmares for months. I could not handle it. Like seeing someone's head get smashed with a hammer, not about that kind of film.
The part of the movie that messed me up the most was the beginning scene when she gets the call from her sister and like you see the parents with the masks on there. Like she hooked it up to them and like the sister too. And then what also messed me up was when the old people jumped off the cliff.
Yeah.
No.
The whole movie
Oh yeah.
was
it was
a
like
fever dream
horrendous.
nightmare. Just terrible.
Yeah.
The bear suit burning, death. Like what
The
who
skin
thinks of
suit,
it?
when the one guy had his like what was it? What was his name? They took his skin and they like wore it. Remember? He was in the movie Maze
my
Runner.
God, I think I blacked that part out.
Oh, I did not. I remember it. It was weird.
Oh God, terrible, terrible, terrible movie.
Oh,
And some people like that shit.
hey, it's Spencewuah back with another ode to my favorite shave creams brought to you by EOS. Looking for your softest, smoothest, and closest shave ever? Look no further than the woman's Shea Better Shave and the men's Ultra Protect shave creams from EOS. With scents like Vanilla Bliss, pomegranate raspberry, pink citrus, fresh woods, and more, get ready to be transported to a completely new world every time you're shaving. All products provide 24 hours of moisture protection and are made from actual cream, not foam, which truly protects your skin from nicks and cuts. Trust me, it makes a difference. The women's shave creams can be used anywhere on the body, and the men's line are specifically made for your face. And what's more, they're all hypoallergenic, derma-tested, and cruelty and paraben-free. So relax and get ready to have the best shave of your life. Now, back to the show. What's something that you like that most people don't?
Horses.
Oh.
I feel like I get so much shit for being a horse girl.
I mean, like...
And Disney adult. Like, I have, like, the geekiest little passions.
But, I mean, like, those are... I mean, you're not galloping around, are you?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like...
I have a stick horse I ride to the grocery store.
Oh. I mean, like, maybe then I'd make fun of... No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't make fun of anyone.
No.
But I feel like there's a difference between, like, having interests and then, like, obsessions and, like, wanting to, like, so badly be a part of something.
Yeah, like, I'm not like that girl on TikTok that thinks she's a cat.
Yeah, no.
Like, I don't think I'm a horse.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no. Like, oh, my God. I knew a girl once who she... what are they called? Therians. And they believe that their spirits are animals.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving that that movie. I don't even remember what it's called, but I rented it from Hollywood Video back in like 2000, and it was these kids that like happened upon a spaceship, and they got these special powers where they could morph into animals.
Oh,
Was it literally called like Animorphs?
I don't remember that movie.
Oh my God, I wanted to be one of them. I wanted to turn into an animal so bad after watching that.
When you say alien, I think of like that movie where those guys end up in like that cave and they touch the thing and they all have like massive bloody noses and then they can move stuff with their minds.
Oh, that's good too. Telekinesis.
Yeah, I've wanted telekinesis. After I saw the movie Carrie, I was like, oh, what I would give, because I was also bullied and I would have absolutely loved to like throw some bullies against a wall and like watch them crash and burn.
I haven't seen that. Okay, it's on my list now.
You haven't seen Carrie?
No, I just know like the horrific prom scene.
Oh,
But-
Stephen King. Love him. Have you read any of his books?
No.
Really? What's your favorite drink?
Tequila.
Oh, like I meant like like soda or...
Tequila.
Oh, you're like tequila soda.
No, okay, I've been really into this like flavored water, Waterloo strawberry sparkling water.
Oh.
Otherwise, like I don't really drink pop anymore. And
I forgot you call it pop.
yeah, it's a Minnesota thing. Sorry.
It's also an Ohio thing. I think
Midwest.
it's like
Maybe it's Midwest vibes. But I also don't really like the taste of water, like crappy water, especially like I only really like Fiji or like really good spring water, because otherwise water just tastes like chlorine, especially here in LA. Like there's chlorine in our water here. It's disgusting.
It's really bad.
So I do that.
Well, I want to tell you a really odd thing I do with my favorite drink. I love Diet Coke, but I hate fizz. So what I do is I open the Diet Cokes,
Let it chill.
after I get them, and then I put them in the fridge so they go flat.
That's a good tactic.
I love flat soda.
Well, it would help. I'm like sitting here burping on your show, and I'm like, I gotta turn away from the mic when I do it. But that's a good tactic. If only I would have arrived.
I'm so sorry.
Sooner.
Amanda always has something to say.
Sorry, I just gagged when you said I love flat soda.
Oh yeah, I do love flat soda. Do you have a problem with this? Guys, Amanda always has something to say, and like Amanda's really always attacking me, always ending the show early, always changing the rules of games when we're midway through a game, and now all of a sudden I'm getting shit on because I like flat. Can you believe this?
I forgot whose show it was. Yours or Amanda's?
Yeah, Amanda.
Do you need a mic over there?
Yeah.
Amanda?
Amanda comes over and she's like, so I'm actually
So
the
Morgan,
director.
you're not the guest anymore today. It's me.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine she throws you over the wall? We find out that
I've always
Amanda
wanted to
actually
fly.
has superpowers.
I've wanted to fly. I was gonna ask,
If
like,
you
if
could
you
have
were
any
gonna pick a
superpower?
power,
Okay.
would it be telekinesis?
No.
What would it be?
If I could have any power in the world, my superpower, I'm not joking, would be able to basically control, what are they called? oh my gosh, what is
Mind
it?
control?
Mm-mm. It's like, you know when like they say on the weather and it's like, oh, 50% chance of rain.
You want to be a meteorologist?
No. It's like I can control like percentages or like I can control things because say if I said this, there's a 99.9% chance it is going to rain in here right now, it would start raining. I can control like percentages or like control like, that actually sounds like a really boring gift. Maybe like nature. I would love to like, I feel like if I had a superpower, I'd love to like be able to like go like this and then like have a tree grow.
Like poison ivy. Wasn't that like poison ivy's power? She could have the vines grow.
I think she could have the vines grow, but I think her like main superpower was like kissing people and like they die from anaphylaxis or however it's called.
Anaphylaxis?
Yeah.
Okay.
What would your superpower be?
Have you seen the movie Jumper with Hayden Christensen?
Jumper. Wait,
he's so hot.
Jumps?
How have you not?
Wait, he can jump.
Yeah, it's like teleportation.
Isn't there that one scene where like he goes onto the ice and then he transports into the library and there's water? I know exactly what you're talking about.
And Rachel Bilson's in it.
Yeah.
So good. But I would have that because like I want to fly, but I also want to like be invisible because I want to rob a lot of banks.
Yeah.
Because I just want the money.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that kind of covers all the bases. Where just let me jump around.
Oh my gosh, wait, I would love that superpower. Wait, can we both have the same superpower?
Yeah.
I can change
Of
mine,
course.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe
we
I
can
would
be jumpers.
Oh my gosh, wait, no. You would be the jumper.
Okay.
And then I could use my plant powers to distract. Or like my nature powers.
Okay.
Like when I say nature powers, I mean like all of nature. So it's like, oh my gosh, all of a sudden there's a thunderstorm in here. Everyone has to evacuate. Or
you're like the X-Men girl, Storm.
Yeah, Storm.
Yeah.
Or it's like you want to rob the bank and like you can't just like jump right away. Oh, whoops.
Flash flood.
Fog everywhere.
I love it. Okay.
Or flash flood. That works too.
Fog is good as
or
well.
Or I could conjure all the animals and the animals can like start,
Snow White.
Yeah.
Love
and
this
it's like
for
a
you.
whole bunch of like deer and moose show up and they just start
Little
ramming
bunnies.
people against the wall. Bunny rabbits
Yeah,
too.
everything.
And everyone's like, oh my gosh, the bunnies are so cute. We should go look at the bunnies. And then that gives you enough time to like jump into a safe.
This is going to be a great team.
Yeah.
I can see this already for us.
Oh my gosh. Oh, what should our outfits be? I say pink lingerie.
I would take some black latex.
Okay.
Probably.
Oh my gosh, that works.
Something that's easy to like move in.
You know, okay, so
Which
I
maybe
always
not
said
latex then.
if you were in the Purge.
I'll have to do some research.
If you were in the Purge, you know the Purge, right?
Yeah.
So like I always say that if I were in the Purge and I were going to go out on like a killing spree, I would want to look hot doing it. So the first thing I would do, first of all, side question.
Okay.
If you were in the Purge, I have a set plan of everything I would do. Do you have a plan of what you would do if the Purge actually existed?
No, I'm just like I'd probably be just the one at home watching TV. I'd be locked up. I don't need revenge right now in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I've kind of exhausted all of that. So I feel like I'd just be very tame.
Can I tell you what I would do?
Yeah, I feel like you're murderous. I can see it in your eyes.
I wouldn't murder anyone. That's my thing. I feel like everyone's like, oh, the Purge, we can kill people. But it's
Okay.
all crime. All crime is legal.
Oh.
So this is what I would do.
Oh, I thought you had to murder people. Okay, I'm about it. I would rob some banks.
Yeah. So this is what I would do. First step, go to a mall. I would break into that bitch, steal the sexiest costume I can find. I definitely want to have like a cute little like pink robe and like maybe like some like cute pumps and just like walk around. Then I'm stealing a car.
Okay.
Probably like a really expensive like Corvette, Tesla, something. And then I'm going to drive to a bank and I'm going to have explosives. Obviously, it's the Purge. I'm going to blow up the safe and I'm going to steal all of the money because again, all crime is legal. So, I mean, if we go to like 20 banks and like we rob them, is there a really big chance that like, I don't know, people whose money that was aren't going to get their money back? Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
likely.
Yeah, but all crime is legal.
It's
so.
fine. I think I would go the opposite way with my outfit and I would dress as a little grandma. Super under the radar. Also, people don't want to do anything to me. They're going to have sympathy on me. Maybe they'll even help me. I'd go full blown Mrs. Doubtfire.
That is so smart.
Yeah.
And then I can, oh my God, wait, even better. This is how we're going to trick people during the Purge. I need you to like buckle up for this one. I'm going to have you in a wheelchair and we're going to act defenseless and hopeless. And I'm going to be your nurse.
There we go. See how many people, they'd be carrying the money out of the bank for us.
Yeah, no, literally, unless they kill us. I don't think they would,
I don't think they'd kill a little grandma. I think I'm safe for sure.
I don't know if they'd kill me. Well, they probably would. Maybe.
We'll
I'd be like,
see.
oh my gosh, no, I have all the medication she needs. And if you kill me, you won't know which ones to give her at the right time. And then she's going to die.
Yeah.
Do you want to kill a grandma,
She's
little
got
old grandma?
diabetes.
Like, you're sick. What's going to happen when she needs her insulin and you accidentally just inject her with aspirin water? Now she's screwed.
Yeah, I think you would definitely convince them with that. Absolutely. 100%.
Again,
We're both safe.
And again, I
Locked.
got an award, Thespians, for improv.
See, it's all coming full circle.
It's all coming
Look
full
at that
circle.
background helping you.
Wow. We would really eat these bitches up.
To be done.
What would you do if you were in Midsummer?
Cry. Honestly, I don't know. I'm Scandinavian, so I could definitely rock the flower crown.
Oh, yeah.
But like the weird scene where they all had to like that guy, I don't know. I can't do that. I can't like have sex. Well, no, I can't have sex with people I don't really want to. So that's a lie.
Have you ever done psychedelics?
I just got a bunch of mushrooms sent to me in the mail. So I'm going to try them soon.
Really?
Yeah. I had like a listener of my show who makes like psychedelic honey send me a bunch of like mushrooms. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Have
I
you?
No, I want to microdose.
Yeah, she does that too.
My whole thing is like, in my brain, like this is how I've always been with like, okay, the first time I took an edible, it was
Yeah.
laced with PCP. I've talked about this before.
Oh, that's the worst.
But like I don't know what it is about my brain that's like, oh, we can handle this.
Yeah.
And I know like I can't, because like I ate almost the entire edible. I ate definitely like there was maybe like this much left.
What was the size originally?
Oh my gosh.
Was it a loaf?
It was a Rice Krispie treat. Now, I need everyone to look at this book. I'm so serious when I say this. Imagine it as like a square. So it's cut off like right here.
Okay, so half of the book.
So,
A third of the book.
yeah, a third of the book gone. So now it's just like a perfect square. This thick, when I cannot make this up. This Rice Krispie treat tasted like literal shit. It was this much butter.
Oh, no.
And then the top was just a layer of Rice Krispies.
No.
And I ate like 3/4 of it. I have actually, also it was laced.
Yeah. Where'd you get it?
Some girl I used to work with.
I had a laced experience too, and I got mine from a guy off of a like subway train.
I
and
thought you were gonna say Craigslist.
But basically, so he was just sitting on the train and he had a Jimmy John sandwich. I was drunk and hungry, so I was like, I'm gonna make friends with him and like make him give me his Jimmy Johns. And so I like walk over. I'm like, hey, what kind of sandwich you got there? And so I convinced him to give me his sandwich. I was fucking bullying this man on the train, I guess. I don't know. And then I look over. I'm like, do you have anything else? Like, do you have any other snacks? And he goes, well, I'm kind of a dealer. And he had a loaf of lemon poppy seed, like weed lemon poppy seed loaf.
Yeah.
And he's like, here, you can have this too. And I was with some guy friends and they come up and they're like, hey, can we buy more? And he's like, no, only for the girl. And so he gives me a loaf and a Jimmy John sandwich.
Yeah.
So we get off the train
And you ate that up. Both
there's
figuratively
4 of us.
and literally.
Big loaf. Like think grandma's banana bread loaf. Big loaf. We split it 4 ways and it was laced. I've never been so messed up in my life.
What was it? Do you know what it was laced with?
Honestly, acid. The room was spinning, kaleidoscopes of color like draining down the wall. I had to like
That's what
have my
I
hand and my
saw.
foot on the wall to like stay on this planet. It was insane.
I literally, my mom, she like inevitably knew what was like I
Oh,
had
no.
done because I couldn't.
You couldn't contain it.
I told my mom that my light bulbs were the FBI and they were secretly talking to me, that I forgot how to tie my shoes. The entire room was a kaleidoscope.
Yeah.
And when I was like going downstairs, I had to like grip the like railing because I felt like I was floating away. And then when I got downstairs, my mom literally said, Spencer, I don't know what you were doing, but you were walking in like a random formation. And apparently I told her that there were words in my head that associated with directions. And if I said a word in my brain, like the first letter, like the alphabet, I don't even know how to explain like where my brain was going.
Yeah.
But like the alphabet was a direction. And if I thought of a word, like the first letter was the direction I had to go in. So I literally was like
Wow.
pacing in like random directions. Like,
You know what's really crazy about drugs?
what?
Like, so I used to work in a mental health facility. And like there's so many people that have drug induced schizophrenia. Like a lot of times even weed can be like the catalyst that causes people to like have their first schizophrenic break.
Oh my gosh, I actually, funny you say that. I got this tattoo because I had a psychotic break.
Psychosis
Yeah.
episode. Yeah.
And I had what it was called auditory hallucinations.
Yeah.
And I vividly heard, like, I can't make this up. Like, I genuinely thought I heard like my friends being murdered upstairs, like in my apartment complex.
My God.
And I was like crying and I called the police, but I remained anonymous because I didn't like.
Yeah.
I didn't like, I was high, but I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, so
and then I had to
scary.
go to the doctor and they were like, hey, so you don't have schizophrenia. However, you did have a psychotic break and like you quite literally had auditory hallucinations.
Yeah.
And maybe
Lay
slow
off the
down.
drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I did Molly a couple times and had really bad trips and like haven't done it since. So the only drugs I do are my 5 milligrams of THC and 4 CBD little gummies to go to bed.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a little like pen and I smoke it before I go to bed.
Yeah, it just calms you down.
It just like, I feel
but
like
nothing
after-
too crazy.
No, like I'm not like, this is my thing. Like a lot of the times when like I have friends that come over and they want to hit my pen, they always get really confused because I've literally had the same one for almost like a little over half of a year.
Oh, you're very
Because
yeah.
I got like the gram. I think you can like get, it's like the different sizes.
Yeah.
I got like the larger one and I literally just do a little hit before
Yeah.
I go to bed. And my friends, every time they come over, they're like, Spencer, how the hell is this not empty? And I'm like, because I don't like, it's like, oh,
You're so conservative. Yeah, which is good. Like I was like that with my Girl Scout cookies where, you know, you have a couple boxes, but I would only have one a night
what were your
before bed.
favorite?
The well, they have two different names, so it's kind of confusing, but they're the Samoas / Caramel Delights.
I was gonna say Samoas are my favorites.
I'm so glad they're not selling them anymore because I
They
was
don't
out of
sell-
control.
wait.
Well, they're out of season now. Like the Girl Scouts are they're home.
Literally, I feel tears forming. Oh, sorry.
I like thought about ordering them online off eBay because I was so desperate the other day because I just missed them. But I was like rationing them. I'm like, I'm
You
gonna be
scared the
smart.
shit out of me.
No,
when you
they're not
said that-
gone.
Oh my god, I literally was
God,
like,
they're the best sellers besides Thin Mints. They wouldn't do that.
Thin Mints.
I don't know how.
Okay.
I don't know
Do
how.
you like mint chocolate chip ice cream? What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
So there's this really weird one in Minnesota. It's called Pavarotti. It's banana chocolate chip. It's really good. It's like banana with like chocolate chip cookie dough, the kind of vibes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
My favorite one right now is either butter pecan, or there's like I recently just found it's like a praline something,
Okay.
but it has like soft dough in it. Like
Ooh.
I don't, you know when like you have you ever had like what is it like tres or oh my god
Tres leche?
yeah I can't say it guys, I'm sorry.
You really tried to roll something there.
Yeah, like it's like tres leches.
That was great.
Thank you.
Yeah, you redeemed yourself.
Thank you. Thank God. It's kind of like that kind of consistency, but
Okay,
like,
almost more like gelato, like very whipped and light.
well, the ice cream isn't, but there are like chunks of the praline in there that
Oh.
are, and it's just kind of like,
I love that.
do you ever like seafood and you're like a little raccoon?
Yeah, well, my main food group is bread. So
Yeah.
like challah bread, luckily I'm Jewish, so like we just get that all the time and I'll just go through a loaf in a weekend, just go into the kitchen, tear off. No.
Eat it?
Go in the kitchen. Like, yeah, it's nonstop for me.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I look like a loaf. It's all I eat.
You don't look like a loaf at all, actually.
No, it's
I'm
so
like,
good.
I used to be like that with cheese.
Were you one of the people you'd go into the kitchen and like just waterfall the cheese?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
When you say, were you one of them? I actually did that last night.
Okay, so you are.
I am one
You
of
are
them.
one.
Yeah, but like
Yes.
I just recently got back into like my cheese groove.
Thank God you're not lactose intolerant.
Uh,
Oh, you are.
I am.
So
but
you-
like not
yeah.
bad. It's like slight.
Mild.
Yeah, so like I'll like eat that handful and in the morning I feel that handful, but it's not like I'm dying.
Well, and it's still worth it for the flavor.
Well, yeah, it's just I don't
What's your favorite blend?
Okay. Sorry. I like, oh my gosh, I like sharp cheddar. That's good. I like Monterey Jack.
I like Gouda.
Oh, Gouda is so Gouda.
It's giving she's the man. Like, I like Gouda.
Gouda. What else? I like all of them.
Okay.
Except blue cheese.
Ew.
Like I can have crumbles and like a salad, but I can't like have like a lot of blue cheese.
Okay, it's not blue cheese, but it is the color blue, which is why I gasped. Have you tried the blueberry goat cheese
No.
from Trader Joe's?
No. Is it good?
So good.
I need to try it.
So good. Oh my God, it's incredible. And they have cranberry too, but blueberries elite.
Do you like cranberries?
No.
I don't either.
In a maybe in a drink.
I just actually, speaking of food, I literally found out today, as I think I told you earlier, I did. Yeah. I have that rare gene that makes cilantro taste like soap, and my entire life, I'm not joking, when we were eating in there, everyone was just sitting there, and I was so confused because everyone was like, did you know that certain people think that cilantro tastes like soap? And I literally looked at them and I was like, what do you mean certain people? And they were like, yeah, certain people think that cilantro tastes like soap. And I was like, no, cilantro just does taste like soap. I didn't know that there was a gene.
You're one of those.
I am one of the people. I literally hate cilantro so much. Well, I don't hate it, but it's just like not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I if it's on a taco and there's too much of it, I'll pluck it off. But I feel like it doesn't really taste like anything.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't? Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I think someone else.
I'm really confused now. And I know what soap tastes like because my dad is really bad at washing dishes.
Yeah.
And he never gets the soap off the dishes. So a lot of times you'll go and eat something like scrambled eggs off your plate and you're like, scrambled eggs with a side of Dawn dish soap.
Yeah.
So I totally know what you've experienced, but there's nothing I almost want that gene.
Why?
It just sounds so interesting.
You would want to taste cilantro and be like, oh, soap.
Cilantro is so irrelevant. Who puts cilantro in everything?
We have basil. We have thyme.
We have spicy shit.
Do you like spicy food?
Occasionally.
I can't.
I just my stomach doesn't, but I do.
My nose will run and my eyes tear up.
Yeah.
I can't eat spicy food.
I also did a Ayurvedic medicine analysis.
What's that?
Ayurvedic medicine is a traditional Indian medicine. It's very Eastern medicine versus we have Western medicine.
Uh-huh.
And you can analyze your body and find out what your constitution is. If you're there's Pitta and Kapha and all these different things. And so with me, I'm not supposed to eat spicy food. It just doesn't agree with me. It creates inflammation in my body and bad things. So
probably
it makes sense.
am the same way because I genuinely my eyes will water, my nose runs, and I literally know people who are like, Spencer, why don't you like spicy food? And I can't.
Yeah, your body.
It doesn't agree with me. And it's for some people, I know that they enjoy the spice, but for me, the spice just takes over. It's always I know people enjoy putting a lot of spicy toppings on their food, but when I do that,
it
even
just
if
ruins
it's
the
just
whole
a little,
thing.
it just it quite literally just takes over the entire meal, and I just can't.
And it's what's the point? I was supposed to be enjoying this, and all I'm in is pain.
See, I wish I will say I wish I could eat spicy food so I knew what other people saw in really spicy things.
Yeah, you would definitely not be good on that hot wing challenge.
Oh my God, yeah, no. Ugh. I don't think I would make it through it. I think I would cry. I would definitely need.
Do you kind of want to try it now, though?
I do. I want to just see how far I would get.
Maybe we should do it at an at-home one.
Do you know where to get the dressings?
I feel don't they sell it as a kit now or something?
Oh my gosh, we should.
We should try it.
We can
definitely do this.
Do shots of tequila.
Yeah. Yes.
And then do hot ones.
Down.
While also talking.
This will be good.
Wow.
This will be good. Next time on. Yeah, no, that'll be perfect.
Oh my God, I would love
excited.
to. Also,
really
I was going to say, what is it? Because I've been thinking about this.
Okay.
You said that you have your doctorate.
Yeah.
And it's psychology or very close?
It's a doctorate in occupational therapy.
Okay.
So it's super similar to physical therapy, except we focus more on cognition and physical, mental rehab in terms of how does it impact your life. So it's all centered around your activities, not a lot of people think occupations means job and they're I don't need a job. But it's what do you like to do? What are your activities? Those are your occupations.
Got it. Okay. So do you do both your podcast and occupational therapy?
I used to. And then I just
What was
got
that
so
like?
busy. It was so hard. And I was working at a hospital downtown. It's a block away from Skid Row. So it is a lower income hospital. And I went from UCLA that has all the money in the world to help their patients to that hospital that like doesn't have a lot of resources. And so it's just like really hard when you like know you can be doing so much more
But the
and yet
resources aren't available.
you can't. Yeah. So it was like you leave and it's such rewarding work and I loved helping people, but you still leave at the end of the day and you're just like, I need a hug.
Now,
Like,
did you start off doing occupational therapy before doing your podcast?
it's kind of like because of OT, I have the podcast. So I moved out to LA originally 2015 after a really bad breakup, came out with my friend. We lived here with my dad, moved back to Minnesota for a little bit, applied to grad school, came to LA for grad school in 2017. And so I graduated in April of 2020. So like COVID, literally everything's locked down. And I couldn't get a job in healthcare. Like despite the pandemic, despite needing therapists, especially OTs, like after people have COVID, I couldn't get a job. And so I was so depressed and just ready to like, and I kept going on Reddit and like talking about the podcast. And then my boyfriend was finally like, shut up, here's the equipment, do it. And so I started the podcast before I got a job with OT. But like 2 weeks after my first episode, I got a job.
And when did you notice that your podcast was like blowing up?
I mean, the first couple TikToks I posted went viral. And so it was kind of like, I believed in it. Like I knew there was an audience for it because like I'm obsessed with Reddit and I send it to all my friends and then we talk about it. So I knew there would be like an audience for it. Did I think it would be so big that it would give me a career? No, I thought I would still be doing OT full time and then have like this as like a side gig. But
Do you think
yeah,
you'd ever want to go back to being an occupational therapist?
I do. I want to like take on private clients though. Like,
that'd actually be really cool.
yeah, just like nice little seniors that maybe live in my neighborhood. I don't even want to get paid for it. I just like want to do it.
And what was it like going to school for occupational therapy?
It
Like
was
what was the curriculum, I guess?
Yeah, your first like year and a half are in a classroom. So it's a lot of anatomy, a lot of learning like occupational like frameworks. We have like different frameworks that you can analyze people through. And so it's like learning like more of the book-based stuff, and then you start doing field work. So you do like a 3-month rotation, which I was out in Palm Springs and I lived in a haunted house. It was terrifying.
You lived in a haunted house?
Yeah, it was terrifying. And then I came out here, worked in a mental health facility for 3 months, and then I went and worked at UCLA on their neuro unit for like 16 weeks, whatever months that is. And then you graduate.
No, I think I'm asking
Haunted
for
house.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that about?
Okay, so I lived in this like house that someone from my grad school, like his mom owned, and it used to be an assisted living facility that she was converting into an Airbnb.
Got it.
So it was like out in Palm Springs area, and just it was fine. It was just like very just basic. Think like the most basic Airbnb. And so one night I'm like falling asleep, like trying to watch like the Great British Bake Off to just like lull me, you know, Hollywood, you know, all that. And I'm like eyes like closed but listening, and I wasn't asleep. So many people have asked me, they're like, are you sure it wasn't like a sleep paralysis dream? No, it was real. And all of a sudden I hear like pitter pattering of feet on the tile floor, and I'm like, I wake up, I open my eyes then, and I'm like, what the is going on? And all of a sudden I hear the light switch in the hall flipping up and down, and you can see like under the crack of the door. And I'm like, nope, 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 nope. And the hallway was like in the shape of an L. So my room was at the beginning of the L, and then it went doop, doop.
Were you living with anyone at the time?
No one lived there. It was just me, because it was like supposed to be an Airbnb where each bedroom door had its own like lock and whatever. And all of a sudden you hear voices down at the end of the hallway, and I'm like, nope, this isn't real. Nope, nope, nope. And I just like laid there all night until I could go to work in the morning. It was so bad. And then like her nephew moved in like a couple weeks later, but in the morning I went and checked all the locks on the door. Everything was locked. Like no one was in there. And then when he moved in a couple weeks later, like one of the bedroom doors that was locked kept like randomly opening, and he came home from work and he's like, hey, were you in that other bedroom? Like, did you unlock that door? And I'm like, no, it was not me. And he's like, huh, I didn't do it either. That's weird. So there was either a ghost or someone else living in the house secretly.
That scares it. Have you seen the movie? I think it's called like Frogging.
Parasite? No.
There's literally a movie on Netflix, and it is about these people who basically is called frogging, where say you live in a wealthy neighborhood, when you're like leaving your house, if your garage door is closing, they slide under and then they live in your home without you knowing.
No.
And like you hop from house to house, and that's why it's called frogging.
That is terrifying. I could see, but like I checked everything, and she was a good landlord. Like all the windows had bars on them, like, and then the sliding glass door had a metal bar at the bottom. So like you couldn't open this stuff, and there were so many locks on the doors. So I believe it was haunted.
I had a really, have you ever been to Vegas?
Yeah.
So I didn't know this prior, but me and my best friend Emmy were staying at this hotel, and we had quite literally been drinking pretty much all day. You're in Vegas. That's what you're gonna do. And I remember we got back to the hotel room, and we ordered room service, and then I went to bed, and I woke up because I heard Emmy like pacing back and forth in the room.
Oh my God.
So I end up like sitting up, and I look over to like Emmy's bed was to the right of me.
Yeah.
So I looked over and I was like, Emmy, and I saw that the bed was empty. So I was like, oh, like this is Emmy. Like I my eyes were still adjusting. Mind you. So I'm looking at Emmy pacing back and forth, and I'm like, Emmy, what the hell are you doing? And as my eyes were adjusting, I swear to God, I saw a body. It was a woman, charred, like missing chunks of hair, like literally burnt.
Oh.
It was so terrifying. I screamed so loud that Emmy ran out of the bathroom, and Emmy was like, Spencer, what happened? And I was like, Emmy, like, I swear to God, I just saw something. Like, I think I just saw a woman, like a burn victim. It was like really, really bad.
Oh my God.
And Emmy was like, what did she say? She was in the bathroom because she was sick from how much we drank.
Yeah.
And that's why she wasn't in bed. The next day, we ended up at a new hotel, and what was it? Oh my goodness. Her mom or grandma called, and we ended up telling them where we had stayed the night prior.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh my gosh, the one with the huge fire?
Stop.
It burnt down. I think it was like either Park MGM or like one of them.
Oh my God.
And it like burnt down in Vegas, and like several people died.
You definitely saw a ghost of someone.
And I was like, holy cow.
Absolutely. I believe in ghosts 100%.
I do too.
100%. You definitely saw someone.
Oh, I feel like I definitely did.
I like, and then it's like, do you bring sage with you everywhere? Like I've thought about that, where like you go to places like this, which Vegas is super haunted. It's like very well known that Vegas is super haunted.
Well, yeah, I'm not surprised at all. It's terrifying there. I feel like
scary.
It's like eerie for me.
Yeah.
When like I go, I feel like I wouldn't say like, how do I put this? Like I have had experiences where I see things.
Okay.
But my mom's really intuitive in the sense of like, how do I put this? Like, okay, here's like a really bizarre story about my mom. And then, guys, we're going to play a game. So my mom, my cousin's wife had a baby.
Okay.
And I know like it wasn't like a really long time they were trying, but like they had been trying to have the baby. And at one point, before I left to like live in California, it was me, my cousin, his wife, and my mom. And we all went out to dinner, and we were all just like sitting and talking. And my mom was talking to her about, I guess like pregnancy and like all this other stuff. And my mom literally looked at her and was like, I wouldn't be surprised if you were pregnant right now. And she was like, what? And my mom was like, yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if you were pregnant right now.
Oh my gosh.
She didn't tell anyone, but 3 days prior,
Pregnancy
she
test?
took a pregnancy test. She was pregnant, but didn't want to tell anyone because they had been like having some not a lot of like heart issues, but like they had been like struggling a bit.
Yeah.
And she didn't want to tell anyone because she was like, God forbid I say something and I jinx it.
Yeah.
So she kept it to herself, and then she had the baby, and then
my
like my mom was
gosh.
like, oh my goodness. But I feel like I'm like that in the sense of like if I go somewhere, I get a feeling very quickly. Like I feel uneasy, or
I feel like you're very open to energies. I mean, like before we started recording, you were reading my aura. Like,
yeah, I did do
you are very open. And I do believe there are some people that are just like so gifted and have energy on another wavelength where they can sense like supernatural things.
I think I get it from my mom.
I could see
My
that
mom's
if she sounds gifted as well.
Oh yeah, no. She prevented her one friend. She had like a really weird feeling about him going out this one night. And she was like, you need to stay home. And he was like, what? And she was like, please, I am begging you, stay home.
Oh
I
my
have
gosh.
this horrible feeling. And he ended up staying home, and his friends were driving and they got hit by a truck, a drunk driver, and it hit them. And he ended up staying home. I think everyone like survived.
Oh my God. But
But
if he
there
would
were
have been in the car,
injuries.
like, can you, well, and you never know
You never
where
know.
he was sitting in the car might have been crushed. That's insane. Oh my God. Yeah. Some people are just so gifted. So gifted. That's like some Final Destination shit.
Do you see do you like see things regularly, or is it just kind of like that was like a one big experience? for
Yeah,
you?
that's like the one big one I've had. And I haven't had any ghost stuff since. And like my house in Minnesota, my great grandma died in. So I'm always like waiting for her to pop up when I'm there, but nothing yet.
My grandpa follows me, and I feel like I've talked about this too. But
Okay.
whenever
Do you just feel the energy?
I see him, I remember right before I moved, again at home. I think it was like around my grandpa's birthday too. I told my mom, I was telling her, I was like, I had woke up in the morning to go to the gym, and I was downstairs making myself coffee, and I looked to my right and I saw him sitting in the chair, and I literally called to my mom, who was asleep upstairs. It was like the weekend, and I was like, mom, can you please come down here? Because like I always get like creeped out a little.
Yeah.
So she ends up like coming downstairs. She's like, what's wrong? And
So she didn't see him.
so I was like, I think I saw grandpa on the couch sitting down.
Yeah.
She was like, you think you saw grandpa? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, that's really bizarre. And I was like, why? And she was like, his birthday was a few days ago. And then when I moved here, I like saw him like walk. I saw him like walk on my balcony through the door. And then
Oh
like,
my God.
but he's always there when I have like stuff going on.
Yeah. Well, it's like support when you need it in times of need. Paranormal stuff is so cool. I had like a listener write in on my show once where this lady's grandma was dying. And so the mom flew out to like be with the grandma, and they got a phone call. Caller ID pops up. It's grandma calling. They were like, she had a bad feeling. She's like, don't answer the phone. Don't answer the phone. Don't answer the phone. They let it go to voicemail. It's grandma leaving a voicemail. Hi, I just want you to know I'm okay. Blah, 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 blah. They call their mom and they're like, hey, grandma just called. Is everything okay? She's like, grandma just called. Grandma died 3 hours ago. And there's like in some cultures, there's this thing where spirits will try to reach out to children to like take them. And so they were kind of like, it was that vibe maybe, but voicemail clear as day from grandma, but grandma was dead. Yeah.
That's terrifying.
It's just spirit stuff is so wild. I want to get a medium.
I do too.
I just want to like know who's with me.
I just feel like there's so much we don't know. Like
so much.
Like in like not only like here in like retrospect to the whole like paranormal aspects of the world, but like even the universe, like aliens, dimensions.
Oh, they're out there.
Uh-huh.
I'm like a conspiracy theory girly. I guess that's one thing where it's like, what are you passionate about? Like conspiracy theories? Like who killed JFK?
You know, I literally was watching a podcast the other day on YouTube, and they had someone who used to work at Area 51 on the podcast.
Oh my God.
And he was like, they don't call it Area 51. I like can't say. But he literally was saying how like he was unsure if he wanted to go on the show.
Yeah, how is he still alive?
He'd only done one other podcast, and he said that the only reason he thinks he's still alive is because if they kill him, then that proves, if the podcast airs, that he was telling the truth.
That's so, yeah. It's almost like an assurance.
Uh-huh. So he ended up like talking about how like when he was working there, he ended up, everyone was like working on different pieces, and like no one knew. Like they weren't like, it wasn't like, oh, this is from an alien spaceship.
Yeah.
It was just like, this is an unidentified object, figure out what it is, yada, yada. But he ended up finding out. He said he ended up actually boarding a spacecraft, and he thought that it was just
What
like
the
he thought it was like a plane. Like he didn't think it was a plane, but he was like, oh, like maybe the military is working on like
Some
new
new-
aerospace,
yeah.
whatever. And he goes on and he was like, wait, like this makes no sense. This is not big enough for people, yada, yada. And then he was saying how he found out that the person who worked where he was working died prior to him getting there from whatever they were experimenting on, or they alluded that he died. And he was also saying how like there are different departments that everyone works in, so that it ensures that everyone doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, because sharing of information would like put the whole picture together and make it that much. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's insane. But I no, aliens are 100% real. UFOs are real. Like, look at them finally releasing footage of spaceships, and they're like, "Yep, oh, just casual. Like, here's some footage of a UFO." What do you mean?
Have you ever seen a UFO?
No.
I swear, oh my God, I cannot make this up. So I don't want to say what town I grew up in New Jersey, but there was a reservoir in my town known for UFO sightings. I did not know this.
What?
Yeah, did not know this. And I remember I used to run past the reservoir because I used to run all the time. And this one night I was running past the reservoir and I heard someone clear as day through my headphones like shout out my name. Mind you, at the time I had like kind of started on TikTok and I was just getting used to like even working at Starbucks, people noticing me.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, like maybe someone else is like on a run or whatever. I take on my head. Mind you, it's like 10 p.m. I ran like late at night. I loved running at night. I turn around, no one there. I put my headphone back in and I don't know how to explain it, but I could hear someone walking up to me. So I took out my headphone and I keep walking and then I hear the pace quicken. So I start sprinting. And at this point, I'm like kind of not in the middle of the reservoir, but I'm like right across, like I'm there, like fully there.
Oh my God.
And I look up and I see a star formation I had never seen before. It was like a triangle. It was like 1, 2, 3. And all of a sudden on my life, they all in perfect formation start flying around like this. I have never sprinted home that fast in my life. I think I literally did 2 miles and maybe, oh my gosh, like
8 minutes? Is that fast?
Like
6 minutes?
No, 14. 2 minutes. Like I did it in 14 minutes. So each mile was 7 minutes. Like I was like, actually maybe 12, like 6 minutes. I was like sprinting home. I was terrified.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Would you like to play a game?
Let's do it. I'm just soaking in all of this alien information.
I know. I feel like we need something to lighten up the mood.
Whew, okay.
Like,
why don't you, first of all, though, like side gig, you should start doing ghost, like YouTube videos and like go on
investigation.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do that.
I'd be down, but I just can't sleep in the places.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay.
I would go at night and then, but actually I would want to like bring a priest.
Okay.
Cause like they can attach themselves to you, and I like don't want that to. I don't want to go home and then have dishes flying out of my cabinets and, like,
I actually know someone that has an entity like attached to them since they were a kid. Yeah, she's like been seeing a spiritualist forever to try to like work on separating him from her. It's like this whole thing. So yeah,
is he like? Was he like a person, or is he like?
They perceive him as like a dark man, like a dark like if you envision a silhouette, like a dark colored figure, like not any human forms.
They call them shadow figures.
Yeah, and so that's been with her since she was a little kid. Like her cousin walked in to a room once when she was sleeping and saw him like hovering over bed over her. So like she's been working with a spiritualist to like separate the entity from her, and it's working, but it's like terrifying. So I know that shit can happen. Okay, anyways.
Like back to so yeah, your friend got possessed and now we're on to our game. Morgan has a podcast called 2 Hot Takes, and I didn't make the game. Amanda. The people here, thanks Amanda, made this amazing game, and it's kind of just like mirroring how your podcast usually is. We found stuff on Reddit. I'm gonna read them.
I love it.
It's kind of like one of those like, am I the asshole?
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
So this is the first situation. Okay, so I, 22 female, and my best friend, 21 female, have been best friends since kindergarten, nearly 2 decades. For the entirety of our friendship, we've had sleepovers, and when we have sleepovers, we've always slept in the same bed. That's simply a staple of our sleepovers. It's not a sleepover if we don't. We're both night owls, and even once we're done with our activities for the night and lay down for sleep, we'll talk in the dark until we pass out. Now, here's a speed bump I've never thought of. My boyfriend just moved in with me fairly recently, and my best friend and I have arranged a sleepover. I casually say to my boyfriend, hey, best friend's name is coming over, so would you be all right if we took the bed and you sleep in the living room? When I tell you this man was absolutely aghast, he says, or best friend can sleep in the living room and we sleep in our bed. The fact that he wasn't cool with wanting to sleep in the living room didn't really shock me, so I say, okay then, best friend and I will just sleep in the living room and you can have the bed. He doesn't like that either. He is dead set on the idea that we sleep together and guests sleep separately. But she's my best friend. This has been our routine for years, and I don't really view it as that big of a deal. Even when I had a fight with my mother when I was 19 and asked if I could stay at her place, she let her boyfriend take her bed, or their bed, and she slept on the tiny ass couch in the living room with me. I would just feel bizarre being like, okay, good night, and leaving her in the living room. I can't describe it. It's just weird. Thoughts? I think you need to break up with your boyfriend. That's so weird.
It sounds like it's more of a control thing because
Yeah.
I get the bed where he was like, no, I'm not going to not sleep in my bed.
But like,
I get that.
The fact that you offered.
Yeah. And then it was like, I'll move out to the living room. No worries. We'll sleep in the living room together. It's a little girls' night. It's cute.
Yeah.
You do that with your friends. And the fact that he's then like, no, that's weird. You should be sleeping in the bed with me. It feels
That
like.
sounds like very like possessive.
Yeah. It's a very controlling thing.
Yeah, it
I would
sounds
say.
almost like jealousy in the sense of like I don't like I want you in our bed. And
Well,
it's like
it's just weird. And I get it where it's like maybe he just doesn't understand that because from like a heterosexual dude, like I don't know, he probably doesn't share beds with his friends.
yeah. Or and if he does, there are like pillows in between them.
Yeah, exactly. Like corpse pose, not like terrified the
we
whole
can't touch
night.
each other.
Yeah.
Gotta keep our socks on.
So
Shut up.
I could see it being some weird, just like he doesn't get it, but it's also controlling.
That it seems like very bizarre to me.
Yeah,
I don't
like
really
it.
I don't really even when I had like sleepovers with my girlfriends, I was very fortunate in the sense of like my friends' parents knew without a shadow look at me. They knew without a shadow of a doubt that I was a homo. So it was like when I would sleep over, like I would never sleep. There was one time I slept in the bedroom, but that wasn't like one-on-one. It was always like me and then 3 other girls.
Okay.
And we all used to just like sleep in the living room together.
Yeah.
Like it's normal.
It's
And
a
I
normal
feel
sleepover
like,
thing.
I feel like if the thing that threw me off the most was when you offered to just sleep in the living room on your own with your friend. And that's when he was like, he didn't like that either. Because it's like you're giving him the like option of being like, okay, she won't sleep in our bed. I'll just sleep downstairs with her.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know if it's breakup worthy, but it's definitely one of those things where
The conversation needs to be had.
It's a yellow flag where you're
Yeah.
like, if there's other areas of the relationship where he really starts to be controlling as well, then it's like, yeah, no, this is weird.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot.
It's-
I personally,
Ugh.
I would view that a little as a red flag. Only like the first half I kind of got where he was like,
Yeah.
no, I'll be sleeping in our bed. Second half, no, that sounded a little controlling. And honestly, I feel like if this is something you just noticed or have been noticing, that's a flashing red.
Yeah. No, I'm like trying to think. My boyfriend, when his mom comes to visit, he'll give his mom his bed and like we'll sleep on couches. And I'm like, I get it. You don't want your mom out in the living room on a
Yeah.
couch. But I'm like, I just don't get his issue. It's like it's one night. It's just, they're just having fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. And I mean, like, if it was like maybe, I don't know, like an old grandma, like I would just, that's so weird. I'm sorry.
It's
like,
just weird.
Like,
The fact he got still mad about the couch, I don't like it. What's the top comment on it? What are the people saying?
I have no idea.
Oh, do you have the?
Oh, they
they
agree
do.
with it. So
Okay.
we're right.
Yes.
We're always
I always
right.
like the satisfaction of like knowing what other people think.
Yes.
Like, let me just
Okay.
be confirmed.
And now we have another one.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh, this one has a name. Okay, so we're name dropping. This
Ooh.
girl on Reddit is name dropping.
Let's go.
One of my friends, Amber, from high school, is getting married. We haven't been close in a handful of years, but she did ask me to be her bridesmaid. She later said it was because myself, her, and her still BFF, let's just call her Chloe, were in a trio back in high school, so it felt weird not asking me. We went dress shopping with all 5 bridesmaids, and MOH.
Maid of honor.
Oh, the maid of honor. Didn't know that. Silly me. Her mom, grandma, and FMIL.
Future mother-in-law.
Oh, wow. Like, I'm just like really out of it, huh? It was a nice time. We all had brunch and then she tried on dresses. Her fiance is Catholic and she wanted a traditional style dress. The one she picked was white with silver embroidery and a pattern that I thought looked familiar but couldn't place it at the time. A week later, and I post a picture of my toddler on my bed. Oh, sorry. I was like confused. Like maybe like my grandma's terrible. I'm just going to say a week later. This is a week later.
Okay.
She posts a picture of her toddler in her bed. She was laying in a way that made it look like the design was surrounding her perfectly. It looked like it was on purpose, and I used my nice camera too. It's a really nice picture. Chloe commented, first saying, "Aw," but then said, "Wait, is that Amber's dress?" I replied that it was my bedding. She then made a group chat with me and Amber and said, "Why didn't you say anything to Amber when she bought a dress that has the same design and colors as your bedding?" I said, "I didn't realize that it was the same."
Oh, no.
Amber said, "It's weird that you bought bedding that matches my dress." And I told her that I've had this bedding for 3 years now. They both demanded that I take the picture of my child off social media, and I said no, so they blocked me, and another bridesmaid said they told her to uninvite me. I had put the deposit for the bachelorette party. We split it 5 ways, and my 1/5 was the deposit. No one else had put money down yet. It's at a resort. It's at a resort at a casino, and my family frequents, so I got us a good deal on a very nice suite. And since I'm uninvited, I canceled the reservation so I could get my money back.
As she should.
Now everyone is saying that I'm an asshole and that I took it too far by canceling the bachelorette. No, you didn't at all. And the people who are calling you asshole, they can go suck it, because what the hell is their deal? I'm sorry that she got a dress that looks like freaking bedding that you've had for 3 years. Maybe choose a better dress, you weird ass. And also, you had your toddler in the photo. Your toddler looks cute. They're just mad. They're probably jealous because your bedding looks better than her dress. They can get over it. And the fact that you put the deposit down, you had every right to take that shit back, because the fact that the bride and the maid of honor couldn't have just told you to your face, like, "Hey, we're uncomfortable now and we don't want you to come." They had someone else uninvite you. Bitch, yeah, I'm going in, I'm calling the reservation, I'm canceling it, or I'm going to go on my own and I'm going to say, "Hey, screw you." Also, mind you, you mentioned that you had family and friends who knew the people that worked there and you had frequented there a while ago.
It's
or
her
your family
spot.
did.
It's her spot.
So you got a good deal. Yeah, take that deal away. Tell those bitches to pay full price. That's on them, not you. What are your thoughts?
I'm just going to go. I think you did it for me. That was flawless. No, I think you said everything spot on perfectly. Ugly dress. If it matches the bedding, you f***ed up on your dress, and it's a week or two later, I'm sure you can exchange it for a different dress. But to assume your friend got bedding to copy your dress,
That
really
sounds
weird.
so weird.
Really weird. And if you're having someone be your bridesmaid, like, why are you assuming the worst in them? That's supposed to be your friend. That's supposed to be your girl.
Another red flag she even mentioned in the post. Oh,
Yeah.
They hadn't talked in like a very long time.
It was a pity invite. It's a pity invite for numbers. Make the bachelorette party cheaper. Have your balance of groomsmen to bridesmaids. She's probably hot. They probably wanted another pretty girl up there.
I don't know
People
if they're
pick
getting married
bridesmaids for shitty reasons.
I don't know if they're getting married in a church, but if they're not, burn the bitch down. Not the church, because that's sacrilegious. But like if it's like in a tent or like outside, or if it's like a nice beach wedding.
You do
be a
like
little
burning
messy.
houses down.
How do you know?
I listened to another episode where you burned someone's Minecraft house down.
Oh, yeah, I did, because they were a weird ass for doing what they did.
Yeah, it was a weird story.
You remember?
I definitely, maybe just burn the dress. Like, it's ugly anyways.
Burn her. No, don't. Sorry. That's like so.
Too far.
Burn her figuratively, not literally. Like, ooh, burn.
Well, I think
that's what I meant.
And she did, right? Like, canceling the bachelorette
Yeah, you ate that
venue.
up. That was
good. That is the best way you can get back. It's like, don't make her life easy. Like, you were making her life easy. You were making her life fun. Guess what? She's got to work twice as hard to have a good bachelorette now.
Where was like, you put down the deposit as well? I'm sorry. This is something I will never, ever understand. It's people who, because I was just hearing about like this situation like with someone else the other day.
Okay.
I cannot stand, like, for example, say like someone is going out of their way to help you and just something goes awry or something just goes a little wrong. You then get mad at that person.
They're doing you a favor.
For example, she went out of her way, did something really kind for you.
Yeah.
And instead of approaching the situation, I'm sorry, but in my brain, it's always been like, oh my gosh, they just got the reservation for me. The last thing I want to do is be a bitch and uninvite them, because like they put it like the deposit down. They did all of this. Like, I don't want to come across in a rude way. And yet they did.
The entitlement with this one. It's all about entitlement. And she's having her bridezilla moment, and she lost a good friend. She lost a really good friend who actually was taking initiative, planning things, putting her money down, which, I'm sorry, I like hate bachelorette parties. And like, you have a bridal. I don't hate them because they're fun, but like, I don't think it's right that we spend thousands and thousands of dollars for someone else to get married. Like, I would rather just start giving people the money instead of like, oh, it's $500 for a flight and then $500 for a hotel. And then I have to give you a gift on top of this. And then I have to buy a bridesmaid's dress. Like, I don't want to be a bridesmaid anymore.
Are you a bridesmaid currently?
No, but I will be eventually again. I just know it's coming. But for those people, it's fine. But like, just don't invite me as a bridesmaid. Like,
Oh my God.
I don't need
I
it.
want to be a bridesmaid so bad.
Really?
Yeah.
After I just bitched about it and made it sound so horrible?
Yeah, and I'd look so good too. I've talked to my friends about it and they're like, yeah, we'll make you a bridesmaid, but you can't wear a suit. You have to wear a dress.
Is that what you want?
Hell yeah. And
Okay.
I'm going to show up and I'm going to
Okay.
show off. And sorry, but if I'm at your wedding, don't be surprised if I look better than you in a dress. Sorry.
That's just how the cookie crumbles, bitch.
And you quite literally, multiple friends of mine have said, if you're going to be a bridesmaid, you have to wear a dress.
Okay,
Look,
now
I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt by wearing a suit. I would have worn a dress regardless. But now that I have to,
it just came over.
if you see
it's done.
me walking down the aisle in full white,
I'm
me
literally
wearing the wedding gown, I would never. That's like so. If I had that happen to me, I think I would quite literally kill the person.
I have a plan for my wedding. If someone wears white, they are getting a full bottle of red wine poured on them.
That is so smart.
Full bottle. Full f***ing bottle.
Oh yeah.
Do not pass go. You are not wearing a white dress anymore. It's going to be tie-dyed.
Ooh. And you're gonna have to make it work.
But I really want to invite you to my wedding now and be a bridesmaid just so I can see you try to outdo me.
Oh. Oh, I'll have no problem doing that. No, I wouldn't. I can't outdo anyone.
As long as you don't wear white, you're fine.
I wouldn't wear white. I would probably
I'd come for you. I would f***ing
I'm
cut
sorry.
you.
I would never wear white only because it's like I personally, when I think about like people matching as bridesmaids, do you know how, first of all, like I need people to understand this. If you go to someone else's wedding and you're wearing white and you're not on color scheme, if you think, like I was joking by the way, but if you think you're eating, like you're definitely not.
No.
The plate is still full. In fact, like it's covered and put in the fridge because like no one's taken out the food yet. It's actually raw. It's raw chicken. Like nothing is there to be eaten because you did not eat at all. Actually, you look like a clown. You look like a fool. Because
Everyone's laughing at you.
yeah, like no one is like, ooh, work. They're like, ooh, go home.
Yeah.
I actually
Have you seen someone wear white at a wedding?
Have you?
I saw this one girl and it wasn't necessarily white, but it was majority white with like a couple big flowers.
Oh, I would have killed that
And it's
bitch.
just like, what, girl, what are you doing? But people don't get wedding etiquette. Like there's certain standards of like wedding etiquette and some people just don't get it.
And I also have a rule at my wedding.
What is it?
I already know my wedding song.
What
Not
is
giving
it?
that away.
Oh.
I'll show you.
Okay,
I'll
okay,
show
okay.
you. I can't show the rest of the world because if I do,
They'll
I'm
steal
sorry.
it.
You know what would actually piss me off so much? If I told someone what
Is it
my
the Mario
wedding
Kart song?
No, I wish it was the Mario Kart song. Oh, because I'm Luigi.
Yeah.
We're already, he proposed recently.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I have it on the wrong hand.
Congratulations.
I didn't want to tell anyone, but
Aw.
yeah, he's a sweetie. He got me red because he was like, now you have Mario and me all the time. So, but my rule is
Okay.
when I get married, I already know the song. It's going to be a beach wedding. I am going to have a conductor tell people when to stand and turn around because I don't want people seeing me at all until the very last moment when I need to hear the gasps. And if I walk down this aisle and I do not see my future husband to be crying,
You're turning around.
I'm turning my
Out.
ass around.
Done.
I'm walking back. I'm actually going to call the priest, speed dial, and I'm going to say, punch my husband, pinch him, do whatever you have to do to make him cry because this wedding video, if he's not crying in it,
It's done.
no.
It was over before it even began. Yeah, I know my boyfriend, if he proposes and we get married, will bawl his eyes out. I'm like, it's a challenge to me. I'm like ready for it. I can't wait.
Oh my
I
God.
love making people cry.
Really?
Yeah, but like not in a bad way.
In like a good way.
Like I just like I love f***ing up my mom. Like when you give her a really nice gift and you know it's just gonna f*** her up. I'm just like, yeah, that gift was so good it made her cry. Like good crying.
My mom's like very like good with like cards. She'd rather have like a really long handwritten note.
Sentimental.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, I love people up. I got a video. I flew home for Mother's Day last year and like hid in a closet and this lady peed her pants. Like it was
Your
so
mom?
good. Yeah. Yeah, she peed her pants. It was so good.
I want to like surprise my mom with a trip home one day, but
It's
I
Mother's
just
Day
got
is like
back.
next weekend or something.
Yeah, I just got back to
then
California
next year.
and like
Yeah, 2024. It'll happen.
it'll happen eventually. Well, everyone, I had a lot of fun. Thank you for coming on.
I had so much fun.
Before I close off, do you want to tell anyone all the upcoming projects you might have? Promos you might want to promote?
Yeah, I would say just come over and listen to Two Hot Takes. We read crazy Reddit stories like we did for the game. And it's just straight chaos like over there. It's just people
so excited.
People are unhinged. So you can find Two Hot Takes, like TWO, number spelled out, on everything. Wherever you listen to podcasts, wherever you're hearing this, YouTube. You know, just come find us.
Speaking of, hey guys, you can listen to this podcast on all audio streaming platforms. It is released every Thursday. Also, guys, as you all know, my username is Spencewuah on everything. That's SPENCEWUAH, except for Snapchat, because again, some bitch stole my username on Snapchat. You're a sicko. On Snapchat, it's Spencewuah with an M in the middle. Anywho, again, new episodes are released every Thursday on all audio streaming platforms. But if you want to see this happening live and in action, me and Morgan sitting side by side with this beautiful EOS display right next to us, go to the Past Your Bedtime YouTube channel and subscribe, like, and maybe leave a cute little comment. And if you guys don't subscribe to the Past Your Bedtime YouTube channel, damn, that's a tongue twister, the Past Your Bedtime YouTube channel, then you hate me. And that's sad because I really do love all of you. And the fact that you would go out of your way to show me hatred, that just like really breaks my heart. So you should go do it because I love you guys so much. And if you love me, you know it's right. Thanks. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.